This is Mighty CS Man, and this is Practice It, which is the problems out of the book Building Java Programs. And I've got a complete YouTube channel on how to learn Java from the Building Java Programs book. And this is self-check 5.11 random over 900. I am going to show you how to do this one. I would strongly suggest that you actually figure it out on your own and come back afterwards to see if you need any help. I am going to be taking probably more time than it would for you to just do it on your own, but I will try to explain things in more depth. So we're going to write a do-while loop, which is kind of the topic. While loops are the topic of Chapter 5, repeatedly printing random numbers from 0 to 999 inclusive until the number above 900 is printed. So first of all, I noticed right then that I'm gonna write a little bit of pseudocode here. So random number 0 to 900. Oh, sorry, 999 is math dot random. So that's 1,000 numbers in there from 0 to 999. Just like if we have 0 to 1, that's actually 2 numbers. So we've got 1,000 numbers. Okay, and then sometimes we have to add or subtract something. So suppose I added 100. That would generate the random numbers between 100 and 1,099. But we don't need that in this case. So math.random of 1,000 is the range that we need. Okay, so we're going to generate these until we get 1 over 9 greater than or equal to 900. And so I'm going to put a note that this is a Sentinel Loop, which is also a subject of Chapter 5.2. And in particular, the Sentinel value is 900. Okay, and we note that at least one line of output should be printed, even if the first number is above 900. So that tells me that what we really want is a do while. So we're going to have a do loop in here, and then somewhere down here, while number not over let's say less than or equal. No, just less than 900. If it's equal, we want to stop. Okay, so that's important. So you notice the first thing I'm doing is just writing pseudocode. If you always need to really figure out how are you going to approach the problem before you do it. So got some pseudocode down here. I've noted the algorithm. And then we know that we're looking for bare code. So we are going to do, what are we going to do? Let's talk about what are we going to do. We're going to actually print and then we're going to generate the random number. Okay, so we're going to print this. We're going to print this not on the same line, and then we're going to check while that number is less than 900. So if it's less than 900, it's going to go back here and do again. So now let's figure out what else we need. I think we start writing code here. So I'm going to replace this with an actual piece of code, because really a comment that says do just before do is not very helpful. So I'm going to print the random number. Oops. Oh, it says I can't do that here. System.out.print. And I'm not going to do println. And then let's copy this text, and then let's print out the random number. Okay, math.random1000. And then let's get the code here. While. Okay, so now I need a variable here because I can't just if I put in a math.random, if I put the same thing down here, that's actually a separate number than the one I've already printed. So I need to save it. And I actually need to declare this number outside the loop. Why? Let me show you what the problem is. So I could just put it here. Int number equals this, and then I can put in number. Okay, and then I could do while number is less than 900. Okay, but this is not going to quite work. Let's take a look and see why it doesn't work. Go ahead and hit submit. Okay. Math method random in class math cannot be applied given types. You know what? Maybe it's not going to let me use math.random. But that's actually not the error that I'm going to talk about. The error that I'm going to talk about is number. Okay, there is no number outside of these. Let's see if I can get it to highlight. I can. So here's the start and end here. So number is only defined within this block here. So I actually need to move number out. Then in here, I don't want to declare it again. If I leave that int there, it's going to declare yet another variable. So we want to use the same variable out there. And now this part is going to go away, this last error. But the problem, it still doesn't like math.random. So I suspect that what I'm going to have to do is actually use the random class, which is the alternative. So we do random rand equals, sorry, clicked the wrong thing. New random. And now what I can do instead of that is I can do rand.nextInt. Oh, actually, no, I remember what the problem is. We'll go ahead and do it this way, and then I'll go back since I've already written it this way. Okay, so expected output compared to my output, you see the problem is that it's all in one line. Okay, so I just need to put a println here. So after I do this, let's just make this a println. Okay, so that worked. Now let me go back and show you what I was going to do here. So I can get rid of this. We don't really need to do math.random. We can do, a new random. We can do math.random, but the problem is it doesn't take any arguments. Okay, it returns a number from 0 to 1 as a floating point, and then I have to multiply this by 1000. Okay, so I got to multiply it by that. That's going to be the equivalent. It's going to generate a random number of, yeah, so not that. Okay, and also be aware that if you may have to put parentheses around this in order to make it work in your, okay, yeah, possible lossy conversion, that's fine. I think we're going to actually have to force it, though. It's complaining. And you need to put these brackets around here, because if you just put int out here, it would just convert this to an int, which is going to be 0 all the time. All right, so now what's the problem? Random number. So it's actually 1 less than the expected output. Why is that? It's going to be 0 to 999. Interesting. But it's coming out 1 less than the actual number. See, this is interesting because they're using a test harness to generate these random numbers. So you notice how the numbers, they're off by 1. So I'm thinking that their test harness may not like math.random because that really should have worked. So I just went over to Eclipse, dropped this code in there, and ran it. And I was able to verify, actually, that this code does work, because here's the random number 0. And if I search for 999, this is just, I got it. It prints out 999 as well. So it got the exact range from 0 to 999. But it doesn't work here. Why? It's because of their test harness. So their test harness is intercepting the random numbers. And for whatever reason, the test harness doesn't return the right number versus what it expects for rand.next random.nextInt. So I'm going to just undo all of this. Rand.next. So this is the correct form that it wants. Let's see, what was the problem here? Oh yeah, I just had to do also one more println. Oh, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, we'll put println back in there. So this is the correct form that it wants with rand.nextInt, even though math.random should work, but it doesn't. Anyways, that is problem 5.11. So what did we learn from this? So what we learned is we got a little bit more experience with Sentinel loops, this time with numbers. We got more experience with random numbers, how to generate random numbers in a range. We also learned that Practice-It is a little bit particular about what it wants. It apparently does not like using math.random. It really wants a random object. And yeah, so that's about it. So if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And I've got the full set of problems from Building Java Program and lectures for all the chapters. But thank you very much.